What's up? Welcome back to my channel. I just want to say hi to all the new subscribers. There's like 100 new of you. Sorry if my chair is squeaking. But I saw there's like 100 new of you, so hi! Thank you so much for subscribing. Wow! Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed my last video, which was the house tour. If you guys haven't watched it, the link is down below. But yeah, I've also been getting a ton of questions about how I edit my Instagram pictures. I get these questions on Instagram, so people DM me asking me like how I edit my pictures, what presets I use, whose presets I use, if I'm gonna sell my presets, if I could just give them my preset. So I do use that app Lightroom. I bought the software just because I had to use it for school on my computer. That's why I keep going over there. My computer's over there. Oh, I just wanted to show you guys in this video how I edit them and how I adjust everything and stuff like that. I'm gonna be screen recording on my phone. Whoa. Before I continue on with this video, make sure to subscribe below. I would greatly appreciate it and I would love you forever. And like this video if you obviously like it. But yeah, let's get on with the video. I have a few apps here. I have like Lightroom, Visco, which that was what I used to use before. So if you just want something easy, simple, definitely use Visco or VSCO, whatever you call it, really good. So going into Lightroom, so as you can see, it takes a lot to get one picture that I like, clearly. But I usually choose my favorites of all the pictures and then import the favorites. So let me go in through like this one that I just recently posted on Instagram. So before, you guys can see there, it's like the before of the picture. So it's fine. I had a window right in front of me, which made it for like really nice bright lighting. I also had like lights on in that room. But I obviously wanted to like kind of brighten the picture overall and more vibrant picture, if that makes sense, but still not like as in your face. So I made it kind of like that. I'm going to show you guys kind of how I do this. So to import a picture on here, you just go to your camera roll. Oops. You can select a multiple at a time. So I'll select this one that I haven't selected. It looks pretty similar to the one I just showed you guys. So I'm just going to press check and it's right here. Okay, so this is how I edit. So you go into the editing part of this. Okay, so I start off with, I don't use really any of this like selecting healing. I go into the light, oops, sorry here. So I go into this light one right here at the bottom. Hi, Lily. For the exposure, we're gonna do 51. And I have my iPad here because it has all my notes on how exactly this preset is made because I made it a long time ago and all I do is, I'll show you guys how you make a preset so then you don't have to keep going back and forth and you could just press one button and it automatically goes to that filter or preset. So I do the exposure. With this picture, I'm doing it around 50-ish. Oops. The preset that I use is at exactly 51 for exact numbers for the brightness. 50 is fine. I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. The contrast, I have it at 0. So, okay, so for the highlights, I like to keep it kind of low at like -52, but it also depends on the picture, but I mainly keep it in the negatives. And then for the shadows, okay, so for the shadows, then I bring it up to kind of, because the shadows obviously make the picture really dark. So I like to bring the shadows pretty high up. I keep it at about 60, in the 60s. Yeah, so 60 for the shadows. And then like I said, I like to have really crisp, bright whites. So I'm gonna keep that at about, whites are about 50 as well. So 48, 50, around, like, try to keep it like 2 to 3 in the ballpark of that area. And then for my blacks, I like to keep them lower. So at 25, I'm gonna put that one at, okay, so my whites are at 48 and my blacks are at negative 25. And then I go into color and I just want a little bit of warmth in my picture. I don't want too much warmth. So I'm gonna do the warmth to about like a 5-7-ish, as you guys can, oops, it's a little too much. Yeah, so I keep it at around 7. And then the tint, I do bring up the tint to about, towards like those more magenta colors, to about a 5 or a 6. Okay, So it's at a 6. So I do bring it up that way so it's a little bit more, again, more magenta-y, pink, purpley colors. And then I don't touch the vibrance, and the saturation I bring down a little bit to about negative. Yeah, I bring the saturation, so I don't touch vibrance. And then for the saturation, I bring it down to about -10. And then for this color one, okay, so this is like, I think the most important part and what makes the picture, because obviously this isn't at all what my pictures look like, right, how it is right now. But what makes my picture the way it is due to the mix of it. Okay, so as you guys can see there, I clicked on this little color wheel at the top right corner or of this little square, not the top of the picture, but like this top right corner right here that says mix with this little wheel, and you just click on that wheel and it brings you up to the color mix. And this is kind of what makes that picture kind of really custom and make those colors really stand out. And you can pick and choose what colors you want to stand out for this. Okay, so this is, I think, the most intense part. So I start out with the red one. So for the hue of the red one, I go bring it up to about a 22, plus 22, that's 21. So then for that red one, I just bring the saturation to about, let's see what I do. So I do it to about plus 41. I'm trying to give you guys exact numbers so you guys know exactly kind of what is actually on the preset. So it's, even though it's like not like 40 or 10, or it's like I have it like 38, 37, 41, 12, like it's super weird. And then for the luminance, for this one, I actually bring it down. So I do it into the I go into the negatives, and I do about -20, exactly -20 on that. So that's what I do for the red. Sorry for the jingling. Also, look how cute my bracelets are. I just did a giveaway with them. They're super cute. So then I go into this next like orange color. And for this one, this is kind of what makes people like that tan color. So let me just show you really quick what this one can do. So as you can see, like it makes me really dark or really, really pale. So people sometimes can get a little overboard with this one, and I get it. Like, who doesn't want to be this tan? Like, everyone wants to be super tan, but it can come off really orangish. I would know because I am a person who has been very bright orange in this one. Okay, so starting off with the hue, I do about a -12 on this. Exactly, -12 actually. This is so weird for me to do because I just go on here, click my little preset button because after this, I'll show you guys how to keep these settings. So -12, and then the saturation, I just bring it up to a 9, so +9. And then the luminance, because, you know, I still want to be really tan. I'm the whitest person in my family. Sometimes I want to look just like them. So I bring it down and give myself a little bit of a tan to about a negative. Let's see, I'm going to bring it down to about a -20. Yeah, like there. So see, I got a little tan. Not too overboard. Sometimes in some pictures it is a little overboard, so I bring it down to about a -10. Okay, so moving on to the yellow color. Oops, the yellow is down. So for the hue, I bring it down. The hue I bring down to -65. Oh gosh, okay, there. And then the saturation, this one I bring the saturation down to about a -87. So I bring this basically all the way down, because I want it to be as least. I don't really love yellows in mine mainly, so I brought that down. And then the luminance, I'm actually +13 on there. So that's my yellows. So as you guys can see, you're starting to see how my pictures are edited most of the time. So this is where it starts kind of getting to look like my feed. Okay, so then I turn to the green, and I don't really touch the green the only thing I do with the green is adding a +16, and then I'm bringing into this like turquoisey blue color. Okay, so I do a -5 for the hue. I bring this all the way to a +50, yeah, +50. And then the luminance on this, I bring it all the way to a +90, I think. +93, so very exact, like I said. So basically at like 100. Oops. It's so hard to get it right. There we go. So that kind of also brightens and makes the whites really white. So that's really helpful. And then with this next one, which is like this indigo blue, I don't really know the correct color wheel, the correct color wheel names. Okay, so for this next blue one, this one I bring the hue down to a -34. There we go, -34. And for the saturation, I bring this up to a +9, like that. And then I bring it up to a +83 for the luminance. Oh gosh, there we go, +83. So as you guys can start to see, I'm gonna click on the picture. It's starting to get like that bright, fun color that all my pictures look like. And then I go into this purple one, and with this one, I again don't do much. All I do is, for the hue, I do it to a +12. Gosh, okay, there we go. So that's all I do for that one. And then for the pink, I do a little bit on this, so I add a little bit of hue. So I add 4 on the hue. And sorry if like someone who's like really professionally editing and like really knows all these terms that I probably am not using correctly at all. I'm not a professional. Editing is like one of my favorite things to do in the world. Ever. Like, I literally love editing. So for the saturation on this one, I'm going to do a +19. There we go. Wow, that took a long time. And then for the luminance, I'm doing a +20. So this kind of brings in like that little pink tone, undertone or whatever. I think, again, not a professional. I don't know everything and all the proper words. I just think that this is what works best for me, and I get a lot of questions on it. So, okay, so now going into the effects one at the bottom again. So I went from light to color, so as you guys can see. So I go to effects. I don't do a ton anymore. I mainly just work with the light, the color, and the color mixer wheel or whatever. I have like both of my devices. I'm so annoying. Also, I'm holding it backwards, but it's the right way on here. Okay, so for the clarity, I don't touch the texture, so I just leave it. For the clarity, I add 25 to make the picture a little bit more crisp, clear, because people also ask me what camera I use. Oh my God, I can't get this to a 25. It's a 24. Okay, people ask me what camera I use. I did have a Canon G7X, but it broke like 2 weeks into me having it, which was so annoying, and I was really sad because I tried to get that for vlogging. Only did like 1 vlog last year on it. But I literally just use my iPhone. Okay, so I don't touch anything else on the effects. But moving on to details, I go down, so I don't do anything sharpening. I come down to that noise reduction. So I do a high noise reduction just because I want some smooth, soft skin. And I bring that to about a 45, 46, this is what I do it to. Okay, and then for the detail, I bring it up to a 58 because it's already in the middle. I just bring it up to 58. So as you can see, it kind of smoothed my arms out a little bit because I have really like veiny skin. So I feel like it just kind of smooths it out. Yeah, that's basically all I do. So here's the final picture for that one. So boop, boop. So that's really cool. It just makes, as you can see, the whites brighter. Little dots on the top right corner over here. So just press on those. It says like organize, view options, copy settings. So just press create preset. And I already have one. I named mine my pink preset because it's the only one where I touched the pinks and it made like the pinks a little bit more enhanced. So you just create it, say a name, done, and then press the little check. Super easy. So that's how you create a new preset. Okay, so again, back into that Lightroom app. Let's say I'm gonna just choose another one. Okay, so that's the one we just edited. So okay, let's just use this one. I've posted a similar picture already on my Instagram. So after you have your preset, you scroll all the way to the right side. After all that, you just go to preset, and as you can see, those are all my presets. I don't use any of those. I use this moody brown one for, as you guys can see. Ooh, that's kind of cute. I don't ever use this because my feed isn't, I don't want it to be like this moody brown, but I did use these for my grad pics. If you guys want to see how I make this moody brown color, this actually took me really long time. This was really hard for me to do, but I can show you guys kind of how I did it. but this is mine. The one that I use is pink. Those are the ones I use for grad, but I use my pink one every time, so I just put it on. As you can see, I'm like in the shadow, so I'm a little too dark for my liking. Like, I look fake. Like, I look like I have a bad spray tan. So, as you can see, all the settings are already done, but all I do is go to the color mixer wheel up here, and I click that orange. I bring it down. I'm just gonna bring it down a little bit to about, see, like a -5, that's fine. And then I maybe move the saturation a little bit to +4. I'm just gonna, our brightness is at 51. I'm just gonna brighten it a little bit more to like about 62. So 10 more just to make, because I am in the shadow, just to make myself a little brighter. So yeah, so basically still used that same preset that I did for the last one, but I always change the color mixer of the orange one because that's the one that like kind of makes you tan or not tan. And I always change kind of the exposure in the light, under the light one. So right here, as you guys can see, another picture, like nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to kind of brighten it up, make it crisp. So yeah, that is how I edit my pictures. That is the secret. I just use the Lightroom app. Everyone has different presets, but that's how I edit mine. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm not a professional when it comes to editing, so no one come attack me, please. I'm just a person who, I've loved editing pictures literally since Instagram became a thing. I would like you guys though to like this video and subscribe if you do end up editing your pictures. Tag me in them. I want to see how they look. Please tag me. I would literally be so flattered. Or you don't even have to tag me, just send them to me on Instagram. My Instagram is down below as always. I really want to see these pictures. And also, if I'm following you, I know what my edit looks like, and I know I can just tell. So just send it to me. I literally would be so happy if you just edited your pictures and show me how they turn out. I just want to see how it looks. And also if you have any further questions on editing and stuff, or if you guys want to see how I do that moody brown, let me know. Either message me or like this video to let me know. Any and all of the above. Tell your friends about this video and how to edit my pictures, and kind of if someone wants like a really easy way on starting to editing, this is super easy and I can do it, so anyone can do it. So that's it for today. I will see you guys in my next video. So yeah.